Hi guys, this is Mr. Biter coming at you from home, and this lesson is for 4th and 5th graders. It's a rhythm reading exercise. The challenge is there's 3 different sections on this piece. One goes the first 12 measures all the way up to here to the double bar line, and then the next one is a little bit more challenging rhythms, has some new rhythms. I'll teach you those, and then it goes up to here, which is another double bar line, and then the last section goes all the way down to here, the last 8 measures. So it's in 3 sections, a 12 measure section, an 8 measure section, and then another 8 measure section at the bottom. The first set of rhythms, the first 12, are not too difficult. They have lots of quarter notes, eighth notes, which are like set as like 3 and here, and then some half notes, which are 2 beats long, and that's set as 3 because this is the first and second beat of the measure. You can see the measure lines right in here. And so that'll make it easier for you to go. So I'll keep going along here, and I'll just say the first set of rhythms. And if you want to say them with me, that's great. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 3 and 4, and 1, 2, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 4 and 1 and 2. 4. Oop, there was a rest. So this is a quarter rest. So this was 1 and 2, and then there's rest on the third beat. We think 3, but we don't say it, and then we say 4 here. Let's take it right from here. 1 and 2, 4, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1, 3 and 4, 1. All right, so I messed up here, and I said this as a quarter note, but you can see that it's a half note, so it should have been 1, 3 and 4, 1, and that gets 4 beats right there. So why don't you give it a try on your own? I'm also going to have this document right up on the page right below this video, so you can just look at this instead of having to watch it go, oh. Okay, here we go. Ready? On your own. Ready? Go. Nice job. Very good. If you got to the end when I did, you must have done a great job. Here's our double bar line. So we have some new rhythms in this next 8 measures. So what we have is we have a quarter note, which is 1, and then we have this fancy 7 here, which is an 8th rest. It's like one of these 8th notes, but it's a rest. And so this is another one of these 8th notes. What happens is we rest on this one, which would have been 2, so this is the and of 2. So this first measure would sound like this. 1, and 3 and 4. You understand it now? Give it a try. 1 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and 3. Mess up right here. And 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4. There's our double bar line. So I had a little mistake in there. Every time we get to one of these, just think that you're saying 2 8th notes. Just like here it was 3 and. This is 2 and, but you just don't say the 2. So if we jump over here and look at this one, this is which beat? 1, 2, and. This is going to be the third beat. So we have 3 and, except it's and. We just feel that little and. Almost like we're taking a little breath there, okay? So let's try that section. We'll try it together one more time, and then you can try it on your own with the paper down below. Ready? Go. 1 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4. 1, 2 and 4 and 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 4, and there's our double bar line right there. The last section has these little tricky buggers, dotted quarter notes. So a dotted quarter note is 1.5 beats. So whereas we would normally just say 1, we're going to say 1, and then we're going to look at that dot on our second beat But then when we say 2, we don't really say it. We just think the 2 right on the second beat. We say the and over here. So it's 1 and. Let's try that together. 1 and 3 and 4. 1 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and. You see that right there? 3 and then we're jumping down here. 1 and 2 and 4. 1 and 3 and 1. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4. 1 and 3. And we have our half note right at the end. All right, give it a try on your own all the way through this paper. If you want to rewatch the video to see how some of it's done, go for it.